Hey, what up? We back with another one, man. Shout out to Point and Shoot for this content. Let's get into it.
Beef that's going on between Trap Lore Ross and Cam Capone News. This is really good. So let me explain. So Trap Lore Ross produced this 4 Extra hand explosion documentary, which ended up turning out to be the stupidest piece of content I've seen in some time. They really blew it. And it was all produced by Trap Lore Ross. And it turned out like shit. And he didn't want anything to do with it. Trap Lore Ross didn't want to put it on the Trap Lore Ross channel. It was too shitty. So he pitched it to Cam Capone News to drop it on Cam Capone's channel and just like wash his hands of the whole thing. And Cam Capone and 4 Extra would split the revenue, or they'd have a revenue sharing agreement. Long story short, fast forward to today, the documentary just dropped maybe a couple of days ago, and it's doing terrible. And Trap Lore Ross, in response to this documentary finally dropping, Trap Lore Ross dropped a video of his own where he attempts to expose Cam Capone News and 4 Extra for being shady and for being bad. And he paints himself, Trap Lore Ross paints himself to be this like selfless, super generous, like philanthropist almost.
I'm 2K in the hole for this project. I tried to just limit myself and say, look, this was a good deed.
And this ended up backfiring on him tremendously because Cam Capone responded with receipts. And we will get to those, but I want to be thorough. I want to start with the first clip. This is going to be Trap Lore Ross trying to explain to everyone why he didn't want anything to do with the 4 Extra hand explosion documentary and why he didn't want it on the Trap Lore Ross channel.
I've said, look, I've got this ready. I've got clips. I've clipped this up for you. This is going to go on your platform.
I thought 4 Extra picked Trap Lord Ross to do the video and put it on Cam Capone's page. I didn't know that Trap Lord Ross gave it to Cam Capone. That's crazy.
Platform. We're going to get your platform lit. We're going to get your Patreon going, your channel going. Like I'm trying to put you in position to make money. And then 4 Extra just sprung it on me again, man. He's just said, fuck all that. We ain't doing it on my platform. He said, you need to put it on your channel and we splitting up the money. And I'm like, bro, that's not what we agreed. That's not what I do. I don't do splits. I have a team that I pay a salary. They do their thing. I take the risk. There's some months I lose money. And there's some months where I profit, all right? But I have a team that I pay their salary. Sometimes the videos don't hit and I lose money, okay? And I do this for the love of the game.
Did you hear what he just said? And I lose money. What the fuck did he just fucking say? I mean, that is really so. Is there any way that you can substantiate that claim? Because I'm having a difficult time believing that, really. Because unless you can prove that, then you're lying. How about that? What? Because for him to say, he's sitting there with his $20,000 watch on, that he loses money sometime. I mean, so you're a fucking idiot then. How do you have this much revenue and you lose money? You're stupid. So he doesn't lose any money ever. And even if he did, being able to lose being a month in the negative, and you can afford that, and you can wear Balenciaga shoes and Rolexes on each wrist, and you can afford to lose money on the month, then that means that you're actually richer than we fucking thought. What the fuck? And it's all from those murders that he talks about. So he doesn't want to put this on his own channel, which, by the way, there's no reason for that. The reason that he gives...
Y'all think he didn't want to put it on his channel because it wasn't no murder? Because 4 Extra didn't die? I bet you if 4 Extra died, he definitely would have had a fucking video on his channel about that shit. Guaranteed.
Is that he has a team. Wow, you have a team? That's what we don't give a fuck about. You need to explain to 4 Extra that the content stinks and that you don't want to be associated. You don't want it on your channel because it'll devalue your prestigious channel. Now, if you ask me, Trap Lore Ross fully intended originally to put this on the Trap Lore Ross channel, but it turned out so shitty that he didn't want it anymore. So he made up this thing about, I have a team. I can't put it on my channel. I have a team. So he pitches it to Cam Capone, and they worked out some revenue share deal. But Trap Lore Ross I guess he was unhappy with the transaction, and now he's coming out to expose everyone, but it didn't go the way that he wanted it to. So this next clip is going to be Trap Lore Ross talking about Cam Capone being super shady and greedy and disrespectful. Look at this clip.
I'm gonna keep it real. I've hit Cam Capone up and basically said, look, can we I'm trying to find a place for this 4 Extra content to live. I'm not gonna lie, I feel like Cam Capone was he was kind of disrespectful with his first offer, because I said, look, I'm trying to find a deal. You haven't got to do anything. It's upload the content, and basically I'm trying